Once again, driving up the Richardson for 5 or 6 hours. It is September 1st, getting a somewhat late start on moose season as it is already opening day. I'm gonna go up into the interior to an area I've never been, an area that my good friend Ben and his father, Reb Ferguson, haven't been in, I think, over a decade, but a place that he went long ago and had some success. This is gonna be a 4-wheeler trip, four-wheeling in 20-25 miles, and then at that point we'll be hiking out, hopefully to get a moose, although I do have high, perhaps unfounded hopes of also taking a caribou. So we will see, but excited, a little nerves mixed with that excitement as always, because it's an unknown, but it's an adventure. All right. Here with Ben, definitely feeling optimistic, but we're about to have breakfast and get ready to get out of here. Cold morning. We, I don't know, what would you say, 38 degrees or so, at least? Right. Yeah, which is good for moose, so we'll see how it is when we get out there, but we're gonna take it slow. There is rain forecast, but it's supposed to clear up in a couple days. Starting to get loaded up. Working out some early gear issues. we're getting there. Well, we are still driving. We've got a long way to go. We're going way out to an undisclosed location in the interior. I'm here riding with Judy Ferguson, who is a well-known Alaskan author who is combing her hair, and Reb Ferguson, a wildlands firefighting legend. Two of them make quite the Alaskan pair, and it's always a pleasure to visit them.
And our adopted son, James.
That's right, their adopted son, James Stinson. We're gonna get out there kind of late. We just had to make sure all our gear was squared away. Better to measure twice and cut once, as it were.
Amen.
But weather window looks good for now. We're supposed to get rained on. We'll see what happens.
One sled, couldn't pull. I snowshoed 19 straight hours to get out of here.
Good Lord.
Bill Arrington couldn't break trail. Too old.
That was back in the bad old days, eh?
Yeah, I was like pretty young. That's when I bought the line off of him. Yeah, he said, we gotta get out of here, we're gonna die. We slept on our sleds that night. He slept under the car.
What year was that? Do you know?
Oh, let's see, probably 66.
I bet you Alaska looked a lot different.
Oh yeah, no pipeline.
Yeah. Well, with Ben being used as a front weight, we're off to a good start. That was a bit fun. Hopefully it's not, yeah, we'll get through it. Tight trail. Some rough, tight trail. And one chainsaw later, there's no longer a log blocking the trail.
I
grouse. Got him.
Get him?
Yeah, he got one.
Get the one in the tree or the one on the ground? Oh,
He's about to get the other one.
Two makes a meal.
Yeah. Looks like you got it. Thank you, Lord, for this animal. Thank you, animal, for your body. Got a little grouse.
I think this is the trail. That other one disappeared.
Okay.
Just a rough section here, then you go up on the ridge again.
Pretty looking bird.
You get two of them, or
We'll have some fresh chicken. All right.
Oh, chipmunk man.
Ben's little 22 chipmunk rifle. Paid off. That's 3.
This is a rifle I grew up with hunting.
That's 1 for each of us. Hey, we'll call that a blessed start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben's up there using his tomahawk to clear the trail. You have absolutely got to be kidding me. This is brand new. This is a 2022 Grizzly. And the freaking U-joint just exploded. How does that even happen? Unbelievable. This trip is... Man, this trip is over. That sucks. This just makes absolutely no sense. How does it just freaking pop out like that? On a regular trail. What did I hit? I didn't hit anything. Oh my God. Well, we're not hunting. Now it's a salvage operation. See if we can get this back on somehow. Maybe use a nail as a replacement shear pit. But yeah, just incredibly disappointed. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it'd be one thing if I was abusing it or going nuts on it or something. Definitely using it as intended and advertised. Tires off. Can hopefully find some way to jury rig this thing back together to limp out of here, but boy, it's gonna be delicate. Yeah, and just in case I get any pushback at all, this is a what, 97 Rancher? Something like that, Reb? How? And you're what, in your late 70s?
Be starting my 80th year in October.
So you're 80, so we weren't exactly tearing around and rallying, right? Like, this is something also from the 90s. So
Yeah.
those are the machines that I was following on my brand new Yamaha Grizzly 700 when when it just fell apart in the middle of a trail. Well, we are trying to find a way to get that ball joint back in. Looks like it needs a special tool or something. Might be just gorilla taping the heck out of this, doing what I can. I don't know how else I'm gonna get out of here. You know, we're 5 miles back. So yeah, we're gonna get to stay the night out here on the trail, looks like. All right, we were able to use the back of a hatchet to hammer that ball socket back in, basically like putting a hip socket back in. So you can see over here, it's seated nicely. There we had to take it apart to get to it. We could probably slide the rubber thing back over it to keep dirt out and stuff, but yeah, what a pain in the butt. doing what we can to get that pin to hold on, since there's no crown nut like right there. The cotter pin. There's no nut on that, so don't know what. Still don't know what happened. We're trying to find some way to stick wire through there to hold it on, and then we're gonna use Gorilla Tape. Hope to God we can get out of here. Well, if that ain't redneck ingenuity, I don't know what is. So we'll get the tire back on. See if I can limp out of here tomorrow.
It's a good sign.
I'm gonna slowly back on down. Hey, let's just go moose hunting. This thing's fun. Held together with Gorilla Tape. Well, making the most out of a bad situation. Hopefully we can get that out tomorrow. But Ben's cooking up some chow. Those are the grouse that he shot earlier. So hey, it has been a successful hunt as far as I'm concerned. And it's actually just good to get to see the Fergusons. It's been a while. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
I think this video's turned into a customer review.
Pretty much. All right, well, we're gonna take the teepee down and try to find a way to get out of here. I'm not gonna be towing anything, so we'll have to figure out how to distribute weight to the two 97 Hondas, which did not break. Well, I made it about, I don't know, 50 yards before the ball joint came flying out again. I think we're pretty screwed. I don't know how I'm even gonna get this thing out of here. Yeah, pretty pissed off. Pretty pissed off. All right, well, we used a ratchet strap and the back of the axe to get the ball socket back in place. We're gonna run a ratchet strap through here to hold this on so it doesn't pop out again, and try to limp out of here again.
That might work. That's the best plan so far, I think.
I think it is.
Strap, yeah.
I mean, it's just pretty standard for when you have a brand new Grizzly Yamaha 2022.
Carry 4 ratchet straps with you.
Always carry 4 ratchet straps and a big axe with you so that you can cobble this together and get it to follow two 1997 Hondas. Okay. Socket is back in. We've got the ratchet strap, which should keep it from popping out again. Gorilla taped it down. Now we have survivor cord that we're using to prevent the ratchet strap from moving laterally. And I don't know what else we can do.
We do have a little stick of dynamite. We could end the problem.
It's either that or we spend, I don't know how many thousands of dollars to get a helicopter to take this thing out after cutting down a bunch of trees so that there's a LZ. I would much rather just get this back to the dealership and give it back to them. Well, we're gonna hike over to a lake and see if there's a moose there. We've made some good time. 4-wheeler's holding. If there's nothing there, I think we're just gonna not take any more chances and get my wheeler out and repaired, but I think just a last ditch effort to salvage our time here. Raining pretty hard. We're on a game trail. There's fresh moose sign, so we'll see. Looks like a place you'd find bulls, but you know, honestly, there's not that much sign. We just saw a couple of tracks, maybe one rough, so we should probably focus on getting the wheeler out. But we're gonna keep taking a walk here, see if we can see anything. All right, well, we checked out a little side trail and only saw what looked to be probably like a cow and a calf, small moose beds, some moose sign, but nothing that would indicate really a bull.
No sign, no bear
No bear sign either. This is holding surprisingly well. So let's see if we can get out of here. Easy in the Honda. Ben's got his chipmunk out again. He's going for a grouse. Hard to see. Did you get it? A moose hunting trip to a grouse hunting trip. That's a big one right there. That's a nice bird. Well, Ben let me shoot his 22 chipmunk, and we got some birds. Not skunked, just no moose, and a broken wheeler. But other than that, it's been a good trip. Okay, got it back. The ratchet strap system held. This didn't have any problems. Just as further evidence, you can see right there on the, is that the odometer? Is it 12 miles on this machine? Happened almost 6 miles in. I would say the fastest I drove this was on this dirt road that we're on, and I might have hit 20 miles an hour. Other than that, I would say we were going 3 to 5 miles an hour. And I was going 3 to 5 miles an hour when my wheel came off and went under the front of my machine. Beautiful rainy evening. We made it out safe. We've got a game plan. We're gonna go in off the Denali. That would be a nice way to have a productive trip and to get some meat for the winter. So you gotta roll with the punches. I'm actually having deja vu, because this is a lot like the hunt with Josiah, where we thought we were going to the land of milk and honey. There was nothing but misfortune there, but then we rallied and went to a different area and had success. So I am hoping that that is the case again. All right, driving with Reb Ferguson, heading to Denali Highway. Ben and Heather are behind us. We're gonna switch to a hike and hunt, as previously discussed. And weather forecast does not look good. Snow is in the forecast. The Paxton forecast is pretty bleak, but we'll see. We may be west enough to avoid the worst of the weather. We're gonna set up a base camp and then spike in, maybe 7 miles or so, and hike out and hunt from there. Do a little pre-scouting. Well, got a decent camp set up. We'll see what we see tomorrow. Well, we have some moose and caribou haulers, gear haulers that we're going to try out on foot. You saw Reb got pulled around with ease. Reb, you weigh at least as much as a moose hind, don't you?
180 pounds with all clothes on, 175.
Yeah, so that's promising. We'll hike out tomorrow, see if we can make something happen on a caribou, and also feel out our options for moose.
Do not have our permission to post this footage on YouTube. I repeat, permission is not granted.
I'm definitely putting this video on YouTube, despite Ben's lack of permission. Foggy morning. Our local weather forecast looks to be improving. We're hoping this will burn off, and we might have a day or two of decent weather. But we're approaching 7 o'clock. It's time to get going. Hopefully we have some luck. Certainly can't beat the views. Really breathtaking. All right, it's crisp 37 degrees, and we're ready to head out. Well, weather's turning nice. We're gonna take off a layer and do some glassing. Well, the weather is always one of the main characters in any hunting story. And I am hoping that the sun can beat out this rain and fog. It seems to be trying to come in on us. Pretty foggy still. Ben and Heather and Reb are a ways behind me. Going a little bit slower. I'm stopping to glass. Listen, but really low visibility right now. I mean, you can kind of see maybe a couple hundred yards, maybe if you're looking really well. But just a slow and steady pace. Ferguson's and eat some blueberries. There they are. Ferguson's approach. Best be on my guard. Pretty amazing how little critters we call beavers change the topography. There's the lodge out there. It's built this little dam here. Well, I'm here. Little rascal flooded the whole trail. Completely changed it. Industrious, annoying creatures. Quite a few people. Not any caribou or moose. It sure is pretty though. Did not realize how far ahead I'd gotten from Rev and Ben. A little sore, dealing with a little bit of pain, so I kind of set my own pace. Then I'd stop and look back and spot them, because I know they were going at a slower pace. Then I'd get kind of cold, want to keep walking. I've waited on them for 3 hours and can't spot them anywhere down the trail. So I've turned around and I'm hustling back. I'm worried something's wrong. I mean, Reb is 80, Heather is pregnant, so it's not entirely impossible that somebody got hurt or couldn't continue. So I am hiking back after going in about 7 miles. It's been a weird trip. multiple mechanical failures. My four-wheeler, Judy's truck, tail light had a electrical box that ignited. Our truck caught on fire, electrical fire. Ben's headlights just went out inexplicably. And now I'm trying to hike back and find them in the rain. And I saw two figures wearing rain gear. One appeared to be male, the other female. I think that's Ben and Heather. I waved at them, and then they seemed to acknowledge me and just walk off. I had to stop and change my rain gear. So I don't know if I'm following some other couple, but the trail goes the same spot anyways. Well, that is a sight for sore eyes. It'll be a somewhat wasted day, 12 miles with a heavy pack, no animals. Something went wrong. I still don't know what went wrong, but went right to Ben and Heather. I imagine they'll tell me. On the other hand, it is it's a beautiful place. So, while I was off apparently way too far in, Ben was able to get a, excuse me, not Ben, Reb. Reb was able to get a nice caribou. So, they're happy. They got some meat.
After meat, mainly.
Gonna hang it in the truck overnight, and he'll be able to run it back to town. So, a success. Well, it was always a pleasure to get to sample some of the fresh kill. Ben and Heather are making up some caribou, eh, Reb?
Yep.
Yep. Almost ready. We got to sample some. Pretty delicious. It's caribou hind quarter. We're all salivating.
What's that red light there?
All right, with one caribou down, me and Ben are gonna switch to moose. Gonna go in just me and him. Heather's gonna maybe fish for some grayling and berry pick, and Reb's gonna head back to Delta. So we'll see what kind of luck we can have today. Seems that moose are pretty scarce. Just getting started. Another beaver dam. Berries everywhere. Ran into some other hunters. Said everybody's leaving. I think that the harsh winter killed off the moose. We'll see.
Spotting scope.
We gotta. Yeah, let's get your spotting scope. Definitely looks to be a cow. Not seeing any headgear on it. Well, we have a bull way out there. There's no way the camera will pick it up. Well, we finally got a good focused shot of him in the scope. He's about 30 inches across. He's got 2 and 2 tines and tiny little paddles that are just barely bigger than his ears. So we're not gonna be going 3 miles after that one.
Your paddles are tiny.
I do have tiny paddles. fact that I have paddles at all is kind of unique. Anyways, Ben's disappointed. He was hoping it was the behemoth. Ben's got a good eye. He saw these rabbit ears popped up right there. Looks to be a cow.
Set spotting scope.
It's quite intently. Center screen. Second bird that we've come across that was probably ripped apart by a larger, less friendly bird. Circle of life. Oh. Or do some glassing.
Can be caribou or adult.
We saw a bunch of caribou up in the high country, all cows. Let's see if we can spot any moose. We got some willow ptarmigan that already scared the heck out of us. They'll probably spook again and fly when we start walking. Go ahead. There they go. That makes you pucker every single time you're somewhere with bears and those just burst out of the bushes and startle you. Some piles of crowberries. Easy pickings. We may not have a moose yet, but we can just strip blueberries off by the handful. It's a nice consolation prize. Well, Ben and I are going to call this Lookout Point. We found a game trail that led us up the mountain. Kind of found a whole somewhat secret trail that seems to be heavily used by moose. Kind of a little oasis. A lot of sign. You can see this whole area from up here. Pretty easy walking out of that mud. Got ourselves a green belt, a green highway. We got a pika squawking at us. Disturbed by our presence. Surprise! Glass. Walk slowly for another hour, hour and a half or so. It won't get too dark. yourselves a curious little ermine. Boy, they are excitable. There he is.
Adorable.
They are adorable. They're good mousers, though. Pretty vicious predators. Probably will bite the heck out of you if you make them mad.
They survived. And the pika survived this whole.
Yeah, I think that's what that thing is doing, is going around killing pikas. Push back a bit. Saw 2 cows. Thought we heard a bull.
Yeah. Sorry. We left it outside.
Pika camp.
Oh, I can get it actually.
Man, hard to capture it. It's actually a very, very red moon. Day 2 of moose camp. 1 caribou down. Frost on the ground this morning. Getting a bit of a late start because we got back late, but we'll see if we can see anything and hopefully see a legal bull. Then we'll decide what we're gonna do depending on the circumstances. I know we've done a lot of berry videos, but my God, it's like a grapevine in Italy or something. Look at that. Just filthy with blueberries. Tell you what, that ought to be illegal. Looks like a falcon. It's got speckles on its belly.
Hey, buddy.
He's hunting.
Fattened out pond, but it'd be worth taking trips on a spike.
Hard to get the camera to focus, but there's the, well, same little bull way out there now has 2 cows with him. So there was frost on the ground this morning. They might be starting to group up, it looks like, but it doesn't change the fact that there doesn't seem to be any mature bulls in the area, especially if that little tiny bull has 2 cows with him. So, I don't know, pickings still seem slim even though we're seeing moose. We're not seeing legal moose, is the problem. 2 cows from last night are right there. One's facing us, the other's facing away. Oh, it is hailing on us. The weather just changes so fast. One of those moose is a bull and has 2 spikes sticking out of its head that are actually curving up. I just looked at the regs. There's no minimum requirement for it to be a spike. It says it counts as a calf if it's got, you know, just kind of like a lump, like covered with hair and skin. That's more than that. That has 2 antler projections. We think that that counts as a legal bull because you can do a spike bull, and it's definitely more than a yearling. It's about as big as the cow. I mean, we're reading their eggs here, but it's got antler projection on both sides. So it has 2 spikes, as near as I can tell, and they're actually starting to curve up. They're just not. It's not like way out here, but it's. I think that's a legal bull. Yeah, that's a legal bull. That's not. It doesn't have skin covering its antlers. It's got antlers sticking out of its head. They're just small, so which is perfect for us. We're not looking for some giant trophy bull. We just want to get some meat for the winter. So, oh boy, I hope this all works out. I'm giving Ben my pack so he can sit up. We're gonna wait for it to pop back out, but oh, Hunting's always just so crazy and unpredictable. Okay, Ben's square that way. I'm ready for a backup shot. We both have moose tags. But we'll see what happens here. We're definitely not going anywhere. Well, we're set up. They're not spooked or anything. They just disappeared into a gully of brush. I mean, they're right there somewhere. They're just so amazingly quiet for such huge animals, and their ability to disappear. Well, it walked away from us, and we got bad weather and a stiff wind, so we're gonna walk down and try to get closer. It's in some thick brush. You can barely see it. Let's try to get set up as best he can. It's high brush. Hard to see. We think the bull is like right there. Probably bedded down. Well, that cow caught onto us and took off somewhere with the young bull, so we're just gonna take a second, probably take a nap and collect ourselves. It was a fun stalk, but really disappointed that it didn't pay off. Pretty wet day. Got a grizzly bear rub. Got hair all over it there. Claw marks. Comes by this tree and gives himself a scratch and scratches the tree back. Kind of unique. Well, we're back in the tent. Reb's got the fire going. I think we're gonna, you can hear the rain. I think we're probably gonna call it tomorrow. It's forecast for rain all day, Reb.
Yeah, rain tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, it's pouring. That little double spike bull, as much as it would have been nice to get that one, I think it's one of the few bulls that are actually alive anymore. We're just talking about how there's no bulls here. It was a pretty bad winter kill for all the mature bulls. Probably better from a conservation perspective to not kill it, but
It would have been nice. If it was in the yard, it'd be dead.
yeah, if it had come across Reb, it'd be gone. But yeah, that's probably the end of our
I just put that water on. So
of our moose hunting endeavor. Yeah, it's definitely a nasty day. We're gonna be packing up, getting on out of here. Had a good time with Ben. Unfortunate we couldn't get a moose, but hey, at least we got a caribou, so can't be too disappointed. Time to go. Whew.